Hey, what's going on, folks? It's your boy, Big Tommy Burns here, and I am the Fasting Strongman. Welcome to the Impact Fasting Experience, my friends. And this is a brand new show that we're putting on together. In fact, it's so brand new that this interview that I'm doing today, it's like super last minute. I've been putting together a project for the last month that I've wanted to do over the last 7 years. And there's been a lot going on with the family, the business, the job, all that type of stuff. In fact, you can see we're still just getting moved in. We got boxes and things back there. I don't have a background or anything like that. So bear with me on that. But things are going to get better. Um, what this is, High Impact Fasting, is a show where if you know me any length of time or any period of time, you know that I'm passionate about a few things, right? Family, lifting, all that type of stuff. But two major things that's been consistently in my life is strongman and strength training, one, right? And then number two has been fasting, in particular, water fasting. In fact, what I get most questions about throughout the year when I'm talking with somebody or chatting with people is water fasting, like my water fasting experience for fasting experience. In fact, I just eclipsed a new height in fasting this past year. Last year, I went on my first dry fast. I did a 3-day dry fast where I didn't eat any food or drink any water for 3 days because I've been studying fasting for over a decade and implemented it in my life over a decade. But I've always kind of left dry fasting on itself to itself because I've never wanted to. I don't know. Never wanted to really discipline myself that much. I don't know. But so after almost 15 years of fasting, I finally took a dive into the dry fasting pool. And last month I did a 3-day dry fast, and it was super good, because not only did it um, challenge me on another level than a regular water fast, because after water fasting so long, your body gets accustomed to the experience of um, the body gets accustomed to the experience of not having the food in the system, and it switches over energy sources really quickly. If you've ever studied or heard any of my talks on fasting, you know that I talk about those first 3 days, right? And those first 3 days normally for me are the toughest because they are the days when the stomach is literally running out of food, the brain is communicating differently with the body, and um, yeah, it just gets tough as food begins to run out. So, what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to go to a I'm going to go to a quick video, and hopefully you all are able to see it. I'll be able to see it. I'm looking at my phone. For you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my phone for the YouTube channel, and then we'll be back. We have our special guest in the building, my friend, Miss Lanetta Marshall. I'm going to chat with her. So get this interview off and popping. She's on day number 15 of a 21-day water fast, and she's been doing absolutely incredible um, all the way up until this point on her first 21-day water fast. So super good. The video I'm about to show you all is something that I did a few years ago. If you all ever watched me in social media, you know that I share a couple times a year that I was on the show Mythbusters, and so it was actually a spinoff called Mythbusters Junior, and Mythbusters Junior was a spinoff of the hit TV show Mythbusters. Adam Savage was still on the show and met lots of great people, but they called me up to do some strongman stuff, and it was pretty cool. So I'm going to play this quick video, and then I'll be with you right after this clip. All right, folks. Your boy, the Tommy Burns here. I am back. And our guest, I just literally got off the phone with her just now. And so super, super, super duper excited to have you all. Welcome back. If you didn't catch this before, I just moved in. We just moved into a new spot. So you see all these boxes and all this type of stuff. Just got the new bed and all that good jazz going on. So literally this interview is last minute. I've been working on a project over the last month. I'm very, very, very excited about for the fasting and strength community, people that kind of want to bring it all together. One of the biggest questions that I get is how can you turn this into fasting into something that's beneficial for your strength journey? And if you know me any length of time, you've known that I've done water fasting every year for many years, almost 15 years now, as long as 30 days. And on average, I go about 5 to 12 days a couple times a year. The young lady I'm about to bring to the stage is an interview is a young lady who I've known for over a decade now, and she's seen me throughout the process and the timing of doing fasting and all that type of stuff. And she's watched my journey, right, in both in strongman and in fasting. And so now to have her go through the same process. In fact, I've coached her and trained her in personal training and all those different type of things. So we've met on many different levels. But this, my friends, is something I'm very excited about because it goes to a whole nother level. Not many people are willing to go to this length, right? And I'm talking about the none other than the incredible life coach, empowerment coach herself, my friend, Miss Lanetta Marshall. Welcome to the show, Lanetta. How we doing?
I'm doing fine, baby. How you doing, sweetheart?
All
Can you
right,
hear me?
maybe hold on one second. My volume is off.
Oh,
Boom. Say it
can you
again.
hear me?
I can
Can
hear
you?
you now. My volume's on mute.
Yes. Okay, you
Okay.
missed out on me calling you baby. I said I'm doing fine, baby. How you doing?
I am super good. Super, super good. Awesome. Thank you for being here.
You're
Hold on
welcome,
one
sweetie.
second. I got something else going on. Boom. All right. All right. Ready to rock and roll, my friend. Ready to rock and roll. So, day number 15 of your first
Yes.
21-day water fast.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And one of
Day
the questions
15.
one of the
Yes.
questions that I get, like, not necessarily from people who really, really are interested and intrigued in fasting, but mainly from what do you call those people, trollers and comments about when I put up stuff about long-term fasting, is you can't fast for that. You can't go without food for that long. You'll die. Well, it's day 15.
Day 15. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. Hey, I got energy. I got energy. Can you believe that? Energy,
Right,
day 15.
right, right. Day 15. She's not over there shriveled up and
Nope.
but right. So we're going to hit on a few different things, but just really
Okay.
want to share with people your experience 15 days into this process and what you're looking forward to. But the tenets of high impact fasting are clarity, intention, and accountability. And I know throughout your process, even as a coach, right, you understand the importance of those things just in life in general, right? Clarity, intention, and accountability. And throughout this process, all the way up from day, literally like in the first week, you start hitting me up and saying, "Listen, I'm doing this thing with my church group, and everybody told me that you're the person I need to connect with. I got some questions or anything that comes up. Could I ask you?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And so we started this process. We got a few other mutual friends that are in a text group, and we've been getting updates every single day.
Yep. About
So
all
this
kinds of stuff, y'all. All kinds of stuff.
and this is not your first time doing water fasting, right?
No, this is my first time doing water fasting.
Oh
Go
wow.
figure.
Okay.
Go figure. My first time. So I've been following this church called Rock City. So I've been following them virtually. And for the last 3 years, I've been participating in their 21-day prayer and fast. And the
Mhm.
first year I did it, I did intermittent fasting. Okay, where you eat during a specific time frame. Because a girl like to eat. Don't get it wrong. I like to eat. Okay. And then last year I did the selective fast where I pulled something out of my diet, like carbs, pulled it out of my diet. This year I was trying to play me and do one of those again, knowing that the complete fast was always on the table. But like Tommy said, it's so important to have accountability in your life. I was
Mhm.
talking to my friend who's doing the fasting with the church with me as well. And I was asking her, hey, I'm trying to figure out which one of these two fasts I should do because I was supposed to have been out of town, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, you said your word for this year. So for the last 3 years, I've been giving myself a word for the year.
Mhm.
My word that came to me in December was sacrifice. And let me be clear with what sacrifice means to me when I am looking at it from a universal law perspective. Sacrifice means simply giving up the lesser good for the greater good, and it is
Mm.
expressed through discipline. So my friend said the fast you should be doing, Lanetta, is the complete fast if your word is sacrifice.
Mm. Mhm.
So the accountability was there. I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I can't go 21 days without eating. Like, are you crazy? Who does that? Right.
Mhm.
And then at that moment, I just started to prep myself mentally to prepare myself for how I viewed food. When hunger comes, where am I going to go? Let me go inward instead of going outward to the world for the food and what I see, taste and smell. Let me
Mhm.
go inward for what I hear. Because what I know is we are so much stronger than we give ourselves credit. And I will tell you,
Mhm.
this fast is proving this to me. So I decided January 7th was the last day I have put any food in my stomach. January 7th. And today is January 22nd. All I have consumed is water. No broth, no juice, water. That is it. Around day 3, I was reminded from my coach, Steve Bacon, his wife, Kamini Bacon, who I am her coach. I was reminded, Tommy's extremely proficient on fasting. I knew he did fasting, but I didn't know how proficient he was. Then I reached out to Tommy, and then every day I've literally been updating them on my journey. And the beautiful part about having Tommy in my life, because he's so proficient, the church provided us with 3 fast options. Tommy provided me with
Mm.
the knowledge of the complete fast and what to expect. And everything that he has shared with me has come to reality. So if something
Mhm.
seemed off with my body or weird, I wasn't surprised because Tommy told me. So that gave me some security there. But this is my very first water fast, and a girl's gonna start off with 21 days, right?
Wow. Wow. I mean, there's no other way to one sacrifice, right? Your word for
Yes,
the year. There's no other way to sacrifice, but then there's no other way to open up yourself to another level that you just never been to before,
never,
right? And
never,
so
ever. Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, just like we talked before when we first started talking, and you were a couple days into the fast, you told me what you were embarking on. Uh, you're not going to be the same person after this,
It it's
right?
it's so it's so true, Tommy. Keep going, baby. I mean, listen to him, y'all. He know what he's talking about.
Fasting, fasting literally is because everybody's even if you're fasting in a group, everybody has such a unique experience that fasting is literally like a personal retreat within yourself. Like you don't have to
Absolutely.
go anywhere, but you're isolated.
Yep.
And the isolation is not loneliness. The isolation is a loneness, right? And so those are two different things, right? A lot of times we get confused and think that loneliness is aloneness, but alone is what we need to be in order to understand and hear who we actually really are, right? And hear the voice that's going to direct us to our next steps. And so I told you that there will be 3 phases, right? You're going to go through physical detox,
Yep.
you're
And I
going to go
did.
through mental and emotional detox,
Yep. I did that too. Week 2.
and then the third level is going to take you to a place of spiritual connection because there's now everything is unclogged, right? There's no disruption from the voice of divine and you, that there's no disruption. There's the antennas are fully up and they're ready to receive whatever messages are coming through.
I want to say something about that. So today is the beginning of the spiritual detox piece. And so I'm hosting a workshop on Thursday and Friday. And last night I completed my workbook to go with the workshop so I can send it to the participants to help them take notes easier, right? But
Hmm.
I got a download. So a download for me is when I am very clear that the higher power is asking me to do something. That so I call it a download. So I finished the workbook and whatnot, but then I got a download. No, Lanetta, you also need to talk about this. I like, but I finished last night. He like, no, Lanetta, you also need to talk about this in your workshop. So I'm like, okay. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I guess the workbook's not done. And I need to change and add what I thought. And Tommy, you told me that was gonna happen. You told me. You told me. You did.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
there's a few revisions a girl gets to make. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 and
Yeah.
and that doesn't come without the provision, right? The vision doesn't come without the provision. And for you right now, it's just the energy and direction on exactly what to do to make those things, to make those things happen, right? And
Yeah.
so, super, super good. What are you looking forward to the most, that this fast is going to do for you, your life, your family, those around you?
Yeah. A deeper connection with spirit, with source energy, whatever name you want to give the being that's allowing you to wake up and to beat your heart. That's the reason why I'm doing this. It's not to lose weight. If I want to lose weight, I'll go on a diet. That is not what this is. This has nothing to do with losing weight at all. It
Hmm.
has everything to do with Lanetta Marshall seeking a deeper connection with, I call the entity God, a deeper connection with God, putting him on notice that I am putting you first in my life intentionally. I am
Hmm.
intentionally doing this. I am eliminated the distractions of the world and I am giving you priority. And that is why I am doing this for the richer relationship and the clarity. So I continue to place my feet exactly in the footprints he have before me. I'm not trying to sidestep. Nope. The goal is to live an effortless life and live with ease. Struggling is a choice, and I'm not choosing that no more. So that's what I'm doing.
Hmm. 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 Sound like decisions have been made.
A decision. And I got to say this, my coach Steve Bacon taught me this term, and I freaking love it. So I've robbed and duplicated it, but I do let people know that he said it to me. Uh, what I'm doing is called a mother's commitment. I don't have any children, but for those of you that are parents, parents that want to properly take care of their children will go without food to feed their kids.
Hmm.
And so the question is, when you tell yourself you're going to do something, do you have a mother's commitment to it? Or is it just a nice idea?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so going into this fast, I decided to have a mother's commitment. By all means
Hmm.
necessary, I'm going to complete it. Period. If I need to introduce broth because my body's going to dictate, I'll do that. But the intention is straight water 21 days. Not
Hmm.
trying to prove a point. If I'm off when with Tommy's guidance, I'll do what I need to do to stay healthy.
Hmm.
But it's a mother's commitment I had. So I already know I'm gonna finish it because I knew I was finish it before I started. I was very clear.
Mm.
Very clear. Oh, I'm going to finish it. That part is
Mhm.
easy. I
Mhm.
told myself I would. I have a mother's commitment to this.
Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
probably hear the determination in my voice. I see you
Oh,
smiling
yeah.
over there, Tommy. You're like, yep, yep. Like, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. I told myself I would. I'm keeping my word with myself. I'm tired of lying to myself. No, we gonna do this. We gonna do this. I'm having fun, y'all. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I'm
Yes.
having fun. I'm having
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. You just said something so bad. I mean, since we already there, we might as well just go in for a few minutes here. You said,
Okay,
I'm
babe.
tired of lying to myself. Like I
Yeah.
remember time and time again. throughout life, like getting to that point, right? And let's take my man Myron Golden, and he said that the reason that most people don't have confidence is because you are the only person that's heard every lie you've ever told, and most people have gone around lying, trying to put on for other people for whatever reason, right? Trying to put on for the world, trying to put on for other people, instead of just really living out of who you really are in here, right? And my great mentor Miles Monroe would say, most people think that the future of themselves, the greatness of themselves, are outside of themselves, ahead of them, somewhere in the future. But it's not. It's trapped within you, right?
So
And
true.
so when you're in this place, I talked a little bit earlier about being alone, right? You can be around a bunch of people when you're fasting, but there's a aloneness that you are experiencing, and that aloneness allows you to uh, not only hear, but hear from the divine, but it allows you to
Yep.
hear yourself in a way that you've never really heard yourself before. Or yeah, let me rephrase that. You've never really allowed yourself to pay attention to what you were saying. You start to be
Yes.
very, very
Very.
intentional about the conversation that's going on within you, because you
Yes.
know that any little piece could take you off, this way, and then you're done. You're done with your fast. You're compromising with yourself when you say, you know what, I'm actually going to go a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with coming to a place of conclusion in your fast, even before you intended to end it. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you are at that place where you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this because I need this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Another experience. So before I go into coaching with people on fasting, before we even have that conversation about what it's going to be like and how to and all that type of stuff, my number one question is, why do you need to water fast? Emphasis on need to water fast. And most people start talking about losing weight or being unhealthy or, you know, things like that. And those are not bad reasons, but it has to go deeper than that. It has to go deeper than that. And in reality, it really is deeper than that. It is beyond the surface level, right? Fasting is going to impact every area of your life because it's just that hard. It's just that hard. So
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
It's no
Lanetta, you
joke.
have anything you want to add to that before we get ready to conclude?
We're almost done. I'm having fun. What?
We got to
What?
do it. We got to do a part two
We have to
on
do a
the
part
stomach.
two. We have to do a part two. Okay, y'all. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I have how many minutes I got? 2 minutes, 5 minutes? What you got for
You
me,
got
baby?
it. You
All
got it.
right. So do you mind, Tommy, if I share with them some of the stuff that's been happening on my journey? Because you know all my business, because you've been part of my journey, I
Mm-hmm.
think day 3, day 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be honest with you. My hardest day was yesterday, day 14. Can you believe that? That was my most challenging day. And I thought I knew why. And then Tommy validated for me what I was thinking was right. And that's the beautiful part. You start getting this clarity. It's like I have never paid this much attention to my
Mm-hmm.
body ever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
really paying attention, and you know your body, and not my thoughts but my body, my it. And I'm noticing stuff. Hey Tommy, I'm noticing this. What do you see? So for example, let's get you up to speed with the 15 days. So I didn't really start getting hungry until day 4. That's when the physical detox kicked in for me, meaning that it manifested physically on my body and it showed up as a hunger headache and
Mm-hmm.
then the stomach growling. So the first 3 days weren't bad at all. Day 4, I started getting hungry. And then Tommy came into my life on this fast, and then he told me about the 3 phases. So I made it through that. And he goes, "It's not going to last." He didn't lie. He's right. I mean, it didn't last. And so I was consuming 32 ounces of water. This is me. I was consuming 32 ounces of water a day my first week. coming from someone that isn't really diligent with drinking a lot of water, let alone tracking the water I'm drinking. So, like I said, this is just me. And then along the way, during week 2, we had a celebration with my mother coming home. My mother was away in the hospital for 23 days in ICU and she came home. We had this big party and I sent Tommy the picture of the food. Okay. Everything from fried
Mhm.
chicken to rotisserie chicken to roast to Cajun pasta. I mean, you name it. Yeah, it was all. Baby, it was all there. It was all there. 30 something people at the house, a full spread of food. I didn't eat one morsel, but my face was all in the food, smelling it. Tommy told me your senses are going to be heightened, Lanetta, especially going into week 2. He did not lie because before my mommy celebration, I went to the movies. I love popcorn, extra large popcorn with extra butter. And I get the extra large so I can get a refill, right? So I go to the movies with my friend, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have invited you. I'm teasing you. I'm not going to eat popcorn." I said, "Dude, I said, you already teased me when you invited me to the movies. As soon as I walk in, I'm going to smell the popcorn. But it's okay. It's okay." We go to the movies. I'm smelling the popcorn. The concession stand looked amazing. Oh, my Lord. We sit down. He got a bag of Lay's potato chips. I must have seduced that bag of Lay's potato chips. Honey, I could describe that bag. I felt like the chips were popping out the bag. I told him to open the bag. I had my face in the bag, smelling the bag. I made it through the next day, went back to the movies. He had some popcorn. I smelt it, but I didn't have it. That was a test for me. I love popcorn. And then the whole thing with my mother, my body started to feeling a little off 2 days ago. It just started to feel a little bit off, but Tommy already told me, Tommy suggested that if I get to that point, then add electrolytes into my water, particular type of electrolytes, no carbs, no calories, no sugar, zero.
Mhm.
So that's what I got. So then I started adding electrolytes into my water. I increased my water intake from 32 to 64. So I doubled it. I
Mhm.
followed that. My intention this week is to get to 128 ounces, if I'm correct. Is that how many ounces is in
One
okay.
gallon.
Okay. 120. I didn't do that yesterday, Tommy. So I apologize. I did 72, but I'm getting there. A
That's
girl's
good.
working on it. But I will tell you what two things surprised me the most. Waking up refreshed and energized, like not sluggish. Then I also noticed my hours of sleep started to decrease. I'm a normal 8 hour sleep person. I could sleep 8 to 10 hours. But I noticed that my hours of sleep started to decrease and I track my quality of sleep. So I could have 7 hours of sleep, 6.5 hours of sleep, and still have good quality of sleep. That's different. My body didn't do that. And then the visual transformation. Oh my Lord. I swear to you, I'm looking at my body and I'm like, where is that coming from? I'm sending invitations in my apps as if I worked out. I'm not working out. Where is it coming from? That blew my mind, but Tommy educated me. Ketosis state week 2. The body, you put it on notice. Hey, your source of energy is not what you're used to. The body giving you these warning signs, danger, danger, hunger pains, headaches. Then week 2, it's like, well, I need to survive. So where in my body am I going to get energy? And that stored fat that we shouldn't have stored.
Mhm.
And it started pulling from my stored fat. This is not uh, um something that's not true. This is not a myth. This is true. I'm living proof because I could see it. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I'm starting to get an indentation as if my abs are showing. And then the other part, logically, I knew I would lose weight. I mean, logically, didn't know how much, but as of yesterday, 'cause I didn't know, as of this morning, I've lost 13 pounds being on this fast, and today is day 15. So it's been an amazing, amazing journey, and I'm going to finish strong. And having Tommy's support and my coach and his wife's support, it's good. I'm excited. And the other cool part is I get to share my journey with people because I had so many people at my mother's party. How come you're not eating? I'm on a fast. A fast? Yeah, complete fast. What is that? 21 days only water. What? What? 21 days only water. Are you serious? I'm like, absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
all this food is not bothering you. I said, I'm not, I love the smell of the food. I said, but when I'm hungry, I go to spirit. He feeds my
Mm-hmm.
my hunger.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
feeds my hunger. I'm gonna get full off of that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to get full off of that. So it also piqued interest in other people. Like, you know what? Let me know how it's interesting. Girl, let me know how you do. And they root me on. How many days has it been? And I think when mommy came home, it was what day 13, 14, something like that. Day
Mm-hmm.
13. And yeah, it's like a trickle down effect. People's like, I said, but you can't just do this. Like, I don't have anything medically going on with me,
Mm-hmm.
so I can do it. But if you
Mm-hmm.
have something medically going on, you need to consult with your physician. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to doing it again in the latter part of the year. I asked Tommy how many times would he recommend I do this, and he said twice a year. And that is my intention. And the other thing it taught me, and then I'll be done, Tommy. The other thing it taught me was that I knew this, but I know it. Does that make sense? I knew of it, but now I know this and I can share this with my coaching clients. I swear to you, every single last one of us are so much stronger than we give ourselves credit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, every one of us. Do not underestimate how strong you are. And when your foundation is locked and loaded with the spiritual essence of your being and you show up like that,
Mm-hmm.
there is nothing that you can't do. There's nothing. There's nothing. That foundation is key. So that's where we're at.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Folks, that's high impact fasting for you. That's it. Clarity, intention, accountability. That's
Yep.
it. Clarity, intention, accountability. And that's the next question somebody would ask, especially I've been getting it for years. Lost all that weight. Why? Well, why are you still not? That's a whole nother conversation for another day, right? I started to rebrand this, as you all see, as the fasting strong man and high impact fasting, right? I almost rebranded it Fat Boy Fasting, so that people could get an idea that it's not about losing weight for me.
No,
It's
not
not,
at all.
but I found, and this is going to be some good stuff that we started to have conversations about over the next couple of weeks. I've been digging into research and studies that I haven't done in years. And now there's some research that's caught up to things that I've been talking to people about for years. I'll put up some pictures or something like that about me after a particular fast, like a 21-day fast, a 26-day fast. And what I used to tell people is that, man, I was leaner at a heavier body weight than I had ever been in my life. And it was after like a 21-day water fast. You think that I would be weak and, strength wouldn't be there. As long as I got to working out and training immediately after that extended water fast, kind of easing my way into it and then increasing the intensity, my lean mass came back, but my body fat percentage continued to drop after starting to eat again. And so now there's now data and research over the last few years since 2021 that proves exactly that. Where there's multiple people, I think there was a study about 300 people, and what they did was had them do an extended fast.
Mhm.
They documented their whole journey through it. They documented their numbers on their what's called visceral body fat, which is the body fat that's underneath the skin around the organs. That's the unhealthy stuff, right? And their lean tissue on their body. They found that, of course, the lean tissue shrunk a little bit, but mainly it was the body fat percentage that was shrinking, which lets us know what Lanetta was talking about was exactly right. The body is going to consume and utilize the stored body fat, the ketones that are in the stored body fat. And so what was interesting is they tested them 7 days, 10 days, 14 days after their refeed. And all of the participants of the study, their lean body tissue increased and their body fat percentage decreased as long as they didn't start eating just ridiculous, right? So as long as they kept a lean, uh, pretty much the stuff that we know to be healthy eating, you introduce that. Of course, you know there's a way to break the fast and stuff like that that we talk about, but I'm talking about beyond breaking the fast. You start to eat on a proper nutrition program, and you continue with your workouts, and all of those benefits that you experienced during your fast, they become enhanced. And so there's a way to sustain it. It's now proven in data, and I'm very excited to start sharing. I'm working on my first book. I'm actually done where they got a few more stories to add, but it's coming out very soon, called Fasting is a Superpower, the ultimate guide to high impact fasting. And it's jam packed with gems about fasting, from the rooter to the tutor, as the old people used to say, about everything you want to know about fasting, with some of my own stories and all that type of stuff coming in there. And we're also going to do our very first fasting challenge next
Mhm.
month. And so I'll be letting you all know about that coming up very, very, very soon. We're going to be doing a 9-day fasting challenge where we have a 3-day period before the fast where I give you a nutrition plan. I partner with one of my very good friends, my man Chris Law, and he's just the ultimate nutrition guy, man. And so we put together a program for 9 days where you get 3 days pre-fast nutrition, 3 days of fasting with me, and then 3 days post fast nutrition so that
Nice.
you can maximize and capitalize on every benefit physically, mentally, and spiritually that you've received during your fast and carry it throughout the rest of your life. And so we're going to be just unleashing and unveiling all of that stuff in the coming weeks. But next month, be on the lookout for the announcements for our very first 9-day fasting challenge. And so I know, Lynette, I know you have a few things coming up, a few events or major event that you're working on. And you talked about a little bit about it down here, but I would love to for you to share with the people what you have going on and invite them on out.
Okay, sweetheart. So I am hosting a free workshop this week on Thursday night, January 25th from 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. And I'm doing the same workshop again on Saturday, January 27th from 10 o'clock to 11:30 a.m., all Pacific Standard Time. And the workshop is called Unlocking Financial Breakthroughs, 3 spiritual keys to create a rich relationship with money. It is a teaser for this financial freedom program that I created personally from my pain, my struggles with money, and how I overcame them. And that coaching program is called Cultivate Financial Freedom. So, if anyone is interested in attending that workshop, I am very spiritually led, and I will save you time. I'm very honest. I believe in respecting your time. If you don't believe that there's a higher power, do not come. Don't do it. My style, how I coach, how I teach would not resonate with you. So I'm saving you 90 minutes, baby. That's how much I love you. Just being honest. If you are interested in attending that workshop, you can sign up under, you see my name, Lanetta Marshall, all together, LanettaMarshall.com, then the forward slash the number 3, and then keys, KEYS. And then you can find me on Instagram. It's Lanetta.Marshall. You can also find me on Facebook, Lanetta Marshall LLC. And then you can also email me if you would like to. And it's coaching at Lanetta Marshall. But it's all about the heart connection we have with money, the spiritual connection. Some people don't realize that there's a spiritual piece to everything, baby. There's a spill. 3 keys, Tommy. 3 keys. The number 3.
3 keys.
Yeah,
Okay.
the number I don't, oh, I'm impressed. How did you do that? Anyway, yeah, the
Three
number
keys.
3 in front of keys. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and so my coaching
So,
program, there you go, baby. My coaching program is all about enriching spirit-led people to rewrite their money story so they can create the financial freedom that they truly desire, and it's aligned with their highest values and spiritual beliefs. This is
mm,
not about financial literacy. Nope. This is not about budgeting. Nope. This is not about investing. Nope. This is about the root, the source, the source. I don't do band-aid coaching. I can make you feel good. That's just entertainment. No, I'm here to impact lives, change lives, and have people know that they can live a life they really truly desire. And living effortlessly and with ease is your birthright because that's what abundance
mm,
was meant for us to live, point blank.
yes.
And guess what? I can prove it to you too. And
Yes.
in the workshop, I'll prove it to you. So there we go, baby.
Well, there it is, folks. There it is. Lanetta Marshall, day number 15
I
of the
know.
21-day water fast. Wow.
Crazy.
I'm so proud of you. I'm
It's
so proud of
crazy.
you. And
Thank you. It's crazy.
it's not even the end. There's still more to come. Like over these next couple of days, it's going to be very intense, like in the connection piece. And the downloads that you're going to get is going to be ridiculous. And it's going to shift your life for the rest of your life. It's going to
I
shift your life for the
I
rest
appreciate
of your
it.
life.
I appreciate it. It's
Uh,
been good. It's been good. It really has. It really has.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And folks, that is it. Thank you for joining us. This is the first episode of this particular show and the relaunch. Yeah, the very first episode, Netta, of this particular
Woo!
show and the relaunch of the YouTube channel. And so we thank you for coming in and, definitely go over and get the knowledge, the wisdom, and all of the game from Lanetta, LanettaMarshall.com/3 keys. All right, folks, have a great week. It is Monday. Have a great week, and we'll see you when we see you. Peace.